come momentarily. But what a good to me, that's a good win for the New York Mets, because I'm gonna be honest with you, by the 8th inning, and I was watching watching more of the basketball because I forgot the Mets game was on, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't see a lot of Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler gave up the home run to Tommy Form, whatever how you say your last name. The batter from the Cardinals gave up a home run. The game was 4-1, and then Yoenis Cespedes, who looking to get in the hot wind, looking to get back his stroke, whether it's playing golf or whatever it might be, hit a monstrous home run to tie the game up. But then later in the game, the Cardinals take back the lead. And I'm going to be honest with you, folks. And from that point on, I thought the Mets was going to lose this game. That's what I thought. But the Mets tied it in the 5th. The Mets tied it late, sent it to extra innings, and Jay Bruce. And this is why the Mets welcome back Jay Bruce, because Jay Bruce, he has tremendous power. He has tremendous power, and he can hit the ball. He's a very poor hitter, but he's an animal. He's a force to be reckoned with. He has a power like Cespedes, so he can hit home runs. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he has a higher batting range against the Cardinals, or maybe some other team. Maybe it might be some other team. Maybe, but either way, that's not either here or there. The game winning, Jay Bruce hit the game winning home run, and the results, the Mets go on to win this game. And let me tell you, the Mets are 15-6, up to a good start. As we talked about, after they lost the losing streak to Milwaukee at Citi Field a couple of weeks ago, the thing we talked about, the Mets have to keep the lead, even though it's early, even though it's April and the season just started. They have to keep the lead against the Nationals and the Braves or the Phillies as much as possible. They have to build a bigger lead, 10, 20, whatever it might be, because we all know, we've seen it before, and I know this is a different Mets team. I know that, but if this Mets team is going to go farther, their offense going to have to win going to have to win the games. The pitching is not going to do it alone. Let's get this out of the way. The pitching is not going to do it alone. Okay? The pitching is not going to. The pitching is the foundation, but your offense got to pick it up. And yesterday we saw that, because the same old Mets, they will lose games like this. Okay, but they didn't. They got into the race late. Okay. They beating up on the Twins left and right. It seems like it's not fair. If you're Minnesota, it's like the Minnesota Twins are the new kids on the block. The Yankees are the bullies, and the Yankees just taking their lunch money like there's no tomorrow. That's what we're seeing. And yesterday, to me, we saw the same game. We see the same game over and over, except they didn't blow this game wide open. And I think the Yankees. I think if you're the Red Sox, you got to pay attention now, because the Yankees are coming, and even though the Red Sox are enjoying this nice lead and enjoying this nice record, and a fine young, and the Red Sox are a very good team, but the Yankees are not far behind. Well, that's the story. Well, that's the story with the Major League Baseball. Let's jump right ahead to the NBA playoffs, and the Miami Heat will go back to Miami, and San Antonio Spurs, who put up a heck of a fight throughout the end, did not make it easy for Golden State, but everybody is not surprised that the Warriors will move on. And let me say this about the Warriors. The Warriors are going to have a tough time against the Pelicans. Obviously. With Steph Curry, is the Warriors got the edge because of the experience. But without Steph Curry, this series is even. This series I'm really looking forward to. I really am. Drew Holiday, Rajon Rondo, Anthony Davis, who's a double machine, double machine, could be a force to be reckoned with against the Golden State Warriors. Going to have a hands full. I think Anthony Davis could go toe-to-toe with Kevin Durant. The Pelicans is probably the only team that can match blow by blow again, besides the Rockets. I'm talking about matchup-wise. Besides the Rockets, that can match up well against the Golden State Warriors. Let me tell you something. The Golden State Warriors, and I said this 1,000 times. I said this before, and I'll say it again. The Warriors' easy run is over. It's not like 2017. It's not like last year. The difference was last year and this year. You have matchups, and New Orleans bring a heavy matchup. New Orleans could shoot the ball. They could take the ball to the hoop. They have Anthony Davis, who I mentioned before, could pull up a double every night. Who could probably give, even though in the regular season the Warriors won the series 3 games to 1, I still think it's going to be a problem. What does that mean in the regular season? It doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. It's still, to me, the way I see it, the Pelicans have to stop Durant. Once you stop Durant, which is, I shouldn't say stop, but maintain him. Once they maintain him, the Pelicans will be in good shape. Same thing with the Warriors. But this is under Steve Kerr out of all the matchup they face in the Western Conference playoffs, this might be the toughest team they ever face, in my opinion. Unless they go against the Rockets, and we shall see. We shall see with the Rockets. Let's move on to the 76ers now, and let's talk about the 76ers and the Heat. And the Heat could have make this game. I thought the Heat was good. I thought the Heat came off firing all cylinders. They looked like they wanted to. They have good energy. I thought they did a good job, but the problem with the 76ers, they have too many shooters. They have shooters that could jump, and Bill is a force to be reckoned with. He really is. He really has. He's been sensational throughout the rest of the year. He really has. And one question: where has been Westhead? Where is Westhead? Seriously, Westhead has been quiet throughout this series. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know if he's injured or whatever it might be. Since game number 3, we haven't been seeing him. We haven't. And he's supposed to be the heart and soul of this team. This Sixers, who are a young team, took Miami to school. They really did. But I expect it to be I expect it to be a 5-game series. I expect that. I really expect it. But you know what? The Sixers are in good shape. They look like an Eastern Conference Finals type team. They look like they could go all the way in the finals, and don't be surprised if they will. If Joel Embiid plays, still be a force to be reckoned with, and JJ Redick, Brandon, Ben Simmons still could get triple doubles. The Sixers going to be forced to be reckoned with, no question about it. And I would have loved to see the Celtics versus the Sixers because it's NBA. And speaking of the Celtics are 1 game away. And it's an interesting stat. The Celtics are 36-0 facing Milwaukee after trailing 3-2. And there's a lot of history between those two. And Milwaukee is 0-13, I believe, after in Game 5 when the series is tied at 2 games apiece. And it's been a real fun series. It really has. It's really fun. I said this yesterday, and I'll say it again. Don't be surprised, folks, if this series goes 7. I have a feeling this series is going to go 7. I really do. Even though Udonis Amokopo has 16 points, he said he should be aggressive. But you know what? I think you got to give credit to the Boston Celtics. They are a gritty, tough-minded team. I think there'll be a huge matchup problem for Philadelphia. I think it will be a huge matchup problem as far as gritty, whatever you want to call it. Let's talk about Udonis. The Udonis got to really step up against the Celtics in Game 6. 16 points ain't gonna do it, pal. But his teammates got to help him out too. They done it before in Game 3, and Game 4. They could do it in Game 6, and Millington was a no-show. Their bench got to do a better job. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. But Game 6 is Thursday. I expect the Bradley Center to be as loud and electric as ever. Now tonight, the two crucial Game 5. One is underway. That's the Pacers and the Heat. The Pacers and the Cavs. Will LeBron finally lose his first playoff series in the first round against Indiana, because Indiana been giving him fits, and the Cavs won Game 5. So what Cavs team are going to show up? Because let's be honest, this Cavs team has been up and down, a roller coaster throughout the rest of the year. They have not been consistent. They won next week. They win next week. They lose next week. They win next week. They lost next week. Then next week they win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. It's back and forth, up and down, up and down. What team we going to see? Which Cavs team we're going to see? And if you're the Pacers, you got to continue to be aggressive. Let Stevenson, don't stop being aggressive. He was aggressive in Game 5.